We are a statewide nonprofit that works with business, industry, community groups, unions, and the sole purpose of what I do is to collect workforce intelligence on what businesses need, what their opportunities are, what their barriers are, in hopes of plugging them in with other agencies that can help them in the retention and the growing of their workforce. Along with that, we have a flexible grant program that helps companies if they're looking to develop training initiatives, if they're looking for small equipment purchases, small capital improvements, work studies. We don't have a regimented criterion. It is flexible, so we can do a lot of things that other grant programs cannot do. It's a simple 9-page need-based application that gets filled out. It comes to me. It's important that I talk to companies because I have to put a justification letter with each application that goes to a leadership team to determine the basis of awarding those grants. And the turnaround time to do this is usually less than 6 weeks. It's not a big redundant, not to hear it bash the REDC application process, but it's very, very simple. Along with that, and the purpose of collecting the workforce intelligence is sometimes an employer, I'm not saying employers don't know what they need acutely, but what they're acutely asking for could be something that they're looking for down the road. There may be some other impacts that maybe they need to address at the interim. Now, I'm in no position to tell a business or a company what to do. I'm there as an advisory role, and if that's something they want to do, that's fine. But also in doing that, WDI is big in collaboration. It's not about who I am or what I can do. I'm part of the puzzle. I'm not the wherewithal that can fix all the ills and issues that companies, industry, or whatever else have. And I do that in 3 separate, I'll give you 3 examples that I do in collaboration. One, there's a group that I participate in. We have it in Onondaga County, which this group also covers part of Madison, Oswego, and Cortland as well. It's called Street Beaters. And Street Beaters is a group of workforce development, economic development, educational institutions, government, loan agencies, and we meet on a monthly basis. Street Beaters, before I go into it, we also have a Street Beaters group in Cortland County, which we just started, and we have one in Broome, Cayuga County. And the premise of that is, well, I'll speak mostly about the Onondaga County one, which I have the most experience with, is we meet once a month, and the first thing we talk about is what new programs each entity has that we didn't know about the month before. So, if I'm talking with a company, and yes, I can tell them what I can do, but in talking about collaborations, I can say, well, hey, listen, you're talking about this. I can plug you in with this partner that has access to this, this, and this. And the other thing is after we do that, we talk about what companies you've talked to in the last month. Hence, if I've talked to 14 companies, the 14 other participants that belong to Street Beaters are going to know about those partners. And what we will do is we may set up times where we go as a group to those companies and let the company explain to the whole group, those that can attend, what their issues, problems, opportunities, or barriers may be. I can explain to anybody what the IDA does, not as well as what the IDA can do, so I'm not the person to be doing that. Or we will invite them to our meeting so they can give us a dissertation of who they are, what are some of their problems, and then after the meeting's over, we can plug in. It gives the companies an opportunity to collect business cards that they might not need right now, but they may need them 6 months or a year down the road. It's a great group, and it's not about who gets the credit. If the group helps one person, it's not just this person, it's everybody. So the barriers and the silos have been taken down. Second, I sit on 3 workforce development boards: Oswego, Onondaga, and Broome, Tioga. But I also participate in 3 others: Cortland, Cayuga, Tompkins, and Herkimer, Oneida, Madison County. So I have an idea of what's going on within the region, which that's the region in which I cover. I cover 8 counties: Oswego, Onondaga, Madison, Cayuga, Cortland, Tompkins, Tioga, and Broome County. All diverse counties. We have one of the richest, if not the richest, in Tompkins, and we have some of the poorest, which we all know about. But the issues that are faced, whether they are a strong economic county or a poor one, are all the same. And I'm for one that doesn't like to reinvent the wheel. So if I can borrow or take something from another county that they're using, I choose to do that. And thirdly, I collaborate with, there are some partners in the room. I do a lot in apprenticeship. And right now we have a accelerated apprenticeship program, which is a hybrid model in apprenticeship. And we just started our 4th cohort last night in Cortland. We had an orientation for 6 companies down there that are looking for up to 19 people. The program starts out where the companies guarantee the jobs up front. The group casts a net to get candidates. The group assesses the candidates and put them in front of the employers so they can interview based on that. There's a match, meaning the employers are interviewing the potential candidates, but the potential candidates are also interviewing the employers, because you can have the best trained person, but if the environment which is not conducive to the employee, it's never going to work out. There's wage increments that are involved. And if anybody wants to find out more about that program, I'll be here today. I have my contact information that I can give to them. And this can be done in healthcare. It can be done in business services. It can be done in, matter of fact, there's a presentation tomorrow that I'm going to be help giving at Cornell University in the dairy industry. So there's a lot of options. WDI, again, we have 10 regions. We visited over 1,000 companies last year and funded over 300. And as I stand here in this room, there are 2 companies right now that I know that we've funded here in the past, and 2 others that I have bridged partnership with other collaborating partners to help them in what they do. So it's not just about the money, it's about bridging opportunities with companies and regional partners.